Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our non-conforming friends, welcome to Minhal Thursday edition. Say hi, Thursday players.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yo.
I've decided to go
Bonjour.
on strike, so as long as everybody at the table refuses to turn on their cameras, so do I.
I will gladly turn my camera on.
I'm kidding.
I'm not scared.
I turned it off to eat before the stream. I forgot to turn it back on. There we go.
I turn mine on, y'all just won't be able to hear me talk.
Okay. So the recap for last week. Patrick, would you like to give us one?
Oh man, what happened last week? You put me on the spot. Well, the week before there was the Battle of the Bards.
Yep. And then you woke up and you found the stuck carriage, right?
Yes, we found the carriage, and we were talking to a group of mercenaries, and they were chaperoning a prisoner that we ended up not letting go. Yeah,
He
not
tried.
letting go, and
He
he
tried.
was a changeling. And after we diffused that situation, we stumbled upon some harpies. Yeah, combat ensued, and we got through that. It was kind of a hairy situation, and yeah, I think that was it, right?
Yeah, the harpies, and then you guys
Found treasure.
found treasure, which was a mimic.
We had an
Oh,
outbreak
that's
of
right.
harpies. We
True,
didn't
true.
get our harpies vaccination in time.
Yeah, Raspberry got
Oh
bullied
my
last week.
goodness. Yes.
Soon, all of Minhal will be infested with harpies.
And then the mimic almost ate Brex. That was good.
Yeah.
And then after getting your guys' asses handed to you, you decided to make camp. And that's where we're gonna pick up here. You guys have gathered around the fire. I don't know if there's any conversations or the like you'd like to have, but I hand it off to you guys, or you can just set up your watches, however you want to do this.
Are the harpies a common occurrence in the overworld? Or is they really should spray for them if they are that prevalent?
I agree. Actually, my first time coming across harpies, so I don't really know. I would assume they are, though.
Where are we traveling to? Where is our ultimate destination?
The capital of Brighton, right?
Correct.
How
Well,
far
not really
is it from here?
quite far.
Hmm.
Probably won't be singing for quite a while.
Sir Dinnigan speaks up. It's about 3 weeks on the road.
What is your business in the capital?
We have a letter to deliver to the higher ups
Hmm.
about the invasion of orcs and goblins.
I see. It is a nasty business, these orcs and the goblins.
Yes, I guess you can say that.
That's what killed Sir Pad, Dinnigan says.
Who is this Sir Pad that you speak of? You always refer to him with a great fondness.
He was one of our traveling companions, a paladin.
Hmm.
Also a knight.
Hmm.
He was a good man. And you see Valiant like put his head down in remembrance.
He fell in the battle, I am
Yes.
assuming. How long was he with you before you lost him?
2 days?
Still enough time to make the bonds of the brotherhood. Combat often forges bonds very quickly. I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm sure if he was a companion of yours, then he was a good man indeed.
Well, we haven't quite got to the end of this story yet. He's not dead.
Yeah, you would see Razimul is very much not wanting to talk about this subject. It's very head down, tail between his legs, in a sense.
Galasta shifts uncomfortably on her log or whatever she's sitting on. Razimul, where are you from?
Far away, friend. Probably. Well, I guess you'd probably be farther away than I would be. From the islands of Navir, if you know where those are.
Navir. Is the Dragon Islands?
Yes.
How long have you been on the mainland, so to speak?
That's a good question. How long have I been?
It's probably been a month.
Okay. Probably about a month, friend.
Did you leave any family behind? Mother, father,
No,
so forth?
just my clanmates.
If you don't mind me asking, Galestra, how long have you been above ground?
Only for a few days.
Really?
I should probably say, my position within my family was a arcanist of sorts. I was a keeper of forbidden lore and master of the arcane research for my house. And I came across some research that I thought was a little too dangerous to be known, particularly amongst your typical drow.
How interesting. So you ran away.
But I destroyed my laboratory before I departed, and then I made the escape rapidement.
Well, that sounds like you do not intend to return. Is that right?
I have no intentions of returning to that society. I believe that I am, how do you say, a persona non grata amongst the drow now.
It's typically the male drow who flee the Underdark. That's quite strange. Your motivations must have been something very particular, Dinnigan says.
I did not want the research falling into their hands. It would have been used for a terrible darkness, a terrible evil. And I did not want to see the world burn. So I destroyed my research and I ran up here. The only remaining information regarding the ritual that I discovered is in my head and in my notes. But I tell you this because if you do encounter any other drow in the night, in the day, on the roads here, they are most certainly not friends. They are most likely trying to track me down.
Hey, Deoris here isn't trying to track you down. There's gotta be a couple good drow in the overworld.
The Oris would definitely laugh at that.
Yeah.
I find that unlikely.
Now, how fearsome are these drow warriors exactly, or assassins?
They are some of the most deadliest in all the realms. Trained from the childhood on, knowing nothing but the combat arts or the magical arts or the spying or the assassination.
What she means to say, Valiant, Dinnigan speaks up, is they cheat and they like to use poisons.
We
Fantastic.
Deadly.
but the good news is that you have one amongst you who is familiar with their ways and also is a cognizant of their various poisons. Therefore, perhaps I know the antidote. And what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So if they do step to us, so to speak, I just want you all to be prepared and know that you have someone skilled in their ways. Well, perhaps two with Deoris here. Able to assist. But I did not want to continue on with you and not inform you that there is danger following
That
you.
very much appreciated. Speak lightly from now on. Even more
Do
lightly.
we want to arrange a watch for the night? I am happy to take the darkest of the watches, the late night watch. But I do not know if you already have watches set up, and
Oh, well, it sounds like you guys are getting to the part I am not involved with. And Sir Dinnigan starts to make his way to his tent.
he does not look out. He does not. He does not strike me as a eagle-eyed scout. Well, you all can go to sleep. I will take the first watch this time.
Okay. I think I'll start sleeping outside again.
I'll take the last watch.
All right, who wants the middle watch?
I don't think I've done one yet, so I'll do it.
All right.
Well, that works perfectly because Brecht is tired.
Yep, find a tent and put yourself in it. And we will get our watches begun. Razamore, are you going to sleep in the tent or outside again?
Outside.
Speaking of which, what's it like for Razamore now, your first night without Yaga?
Oh shit.
Let's hear
Put me on the
this.
spot. He would probably pull out the quarterstaff and kind of like place it to the ground as he would normally do to let Yaga out, but then realize that she's no longer there. But also then realizing she's also on the inside, so both happy and sad, I guess.
Okay. And you sleep outside as you normally do.
Yeah. Kind of more meditative if you can.
Yep, you either sleep or you don't sleep, brother.
Oh, I meant like, yeah.
Just for perception check purposes. Deoris, are you going to take a tent or?
Nah, I mean, I think, especially after what Galestra's saying too, he's definitely thinking back. He's gonna lay out under the stars.
All right, I will put you in a spot up there between Valiant and Dinnigan's tents. Oculus, you hear the trumpet of an elephant in the distance. I don't have a soundboard. Jory, help me out.
I don't have a soundboard. How do I do that?
Oh, dang, I thought you knew. Don't worry about it. There we go.
That stuff.
There
I got
we
you.
go.
I got you.
And yeah, you all quickly being battered from the fight quickly find yourselves falling off to sleep. Galestra, what do you do on watch to keep yourself occupied and awake?
Celestia will reach into a pouch, one of her pouches, and she kind of makes these little high-pitched, squeaky little kissy sounds, and produces in her hand a small albino bat, white with pink eyes. Bonjour, Monsieur Banshee. Comment ça va? And she strokes Banshee's little back and puts Banshee on her shoulder, and then she flies over to a nearby tree and perches upside down, and will keep the watch with her. And she will be vigilant during watch, and also
Okay, so I need to
pull
ask,
out
do
her.
you want help
Yes.
on your perceptions, or do you want to make 2 separate perception checks?
Well, I will just do the 2 separate ones, me and Banshee.
Okay, just wanted to make sure for roll purposes how you would do that.
Yep.
Okay.
And, yep. She just makes notes. She writes down in her journal the events of the day. So that would be the post that you guys saw that I posted it in off time RP.
Awesome. Go ahead and make your first perception check.
Okay. It's midnight, so it's a normal roll for G money. It's a 16.
Yeah.
And then perception.
You got a 16. That's what it shows on mine.
Yep. And here comes the bat.
Ooh, bat at advantage since this is against sound.
Yep. Only a 10. 16's the best.
No, I'm telling you, since you're rolling 2 separate, your bat can roll with advantage because this has to do
Oh, I
with
did.
sound.
I did. I rolled that.
Okay.
I rolled that with
Okay.
advantage. Yep, I did.
Yep. But
It's bad
your
roll.
bat doesn't hear it. But Banshee, I'm sorry. I will get a token and everything set up for that in a bit. You start hearing like the rustling of bushes, Galestra. That doesn't quite sound like it's from the wind coming from this direction.
Which direction again? Didn't have the map pulled up.
Okay, over here where
Got
I'm
it.
pinging.
Okay. Okay, she will stand and go into stealth mode and creep a little bit further ahead and see if she sees anything.
Okay, I need to make another stealth check to set your DC.
Okay.
Okay. As you move there, I need you to roll another perception check.
Okay. Yeah, Galestra. Get it. Get
Oh.
it, girl. 22.
So this time you don't only hear it, but you see a tiny kobold who thinks it's being really sneaky start to streak off towards this certain against tent.
Oh, okay.
It is armed, but not, and it's not wielding its weapon. It has a short sword worn like a great sword on its back.
Mm-hmm.
And she has like a sling hung from her belt. She's wearing some furs. She has a like cloth tied like a bandana around her forehead, and she thinks she is being so sneaky.
I am going to take 1, 2, 3 steps and yell, "Intruder alert!"
And she freezes.
and point my wand of magic missiles at her. Hold it right there, little kobold creature. I have you in my sights. Awaken, ye!
So you guys
Cracking
hear
neck in the group.
Galestra sounding the alarm.
Intruder alert! There is a
Would I hear
creature
her
in the camp.
say kobold, or would I just hear the noise?
You just heard her yelling. Did you say kobold? I didn't hear you.
I did.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes. So yeah, you would have heard that. And this little kobold freezes. It puts its hands in the air, palms facing you.
What
Yo.
treachery do you have planned for us, little kobold creature?
It's scram hungry.
How tall is this guy? Am I taller than him? Is he
Yes.
considered small?
Yeah, kobolds are only like 2 foot tall. This is a tiny lizard.
I'll go up to him and I said, "Well, hello, little friend," and I'll say it in Draconic.
Ooh. And she speaks Draconic back to you. Scrim Scram, you know Eldrax. You know Scrim Scram's language. You know Eldrax?
I don't know, do I?
You make a history roll. DC
boy.
natural 20.
All right, let's go. -1. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, no. You have
Roll
never
down.
heard of Eldrax before in your life. You don't know what that is. Scrim Scram find Eldrax. You know Eldrax.
I can't say I do, friend. I come from the islands of Navir, but we had plenty of your kin around us.
Oh. No, Scrim Scram from Eldrax.
Where's that around?
Eldrax is in Eldrax.
I see.
What
Can
was
I
your
tell
history
how-
roll again?
It was a flat 10.
Okay, flat 10. Give me a survival or an animal handling check.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know how else to do this.
We'll go with survival.
Anybody
22.
who's out here at the sound of this can make this check. Okay, actually 22, and kobolds, they don't have a very long life. Kobolds only live, like a decade. And
I was just about to ask how old is this
it's
guy?
not very uncommon for kobold tribes to split apart, move somewhere, name that place, and within 50 years you've had 5 generations and they've forgotten that this place hasn't always been what they call it. You know what I mean? So Eldrax is fucking Eldrax because that's all this kobolds ever known their homeland to be called.
That's fair.
Sir Valiant, you're human, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, as Sir Valiant begins to approach, Scrim lets out a low growl and begins to back up. Human.
Is there a problem here, you two? Who
You
is this?
stay with humans? Why you speak Eldrax and you stay with humans?
Yes, these are my friends. We travel together.
Humans no friends. Humans grab Scrim and Scrim's kin. Shove us on boat. Take us to island and make us fight to death. Scrim hates humans.
That sounds terrible, friend, but none of them should do that to you here. I give you my word. And I will look at Galestrin and tell her, like, he's okay. He's not gonna cause any problems.
He said that he was looking for the food. Perhaps we should give him some and set him on his way.
Isn't Scrim a girl?
Scrim is female.
Yeah, y'all are calling him he.
I don't fucking know that.
Yeah, you said she's armed.
Oh, did he? My bad, then that's on me.
Simple
will,
mistake, but Scrim is female.
Okay.
I just, my voice is too naturally low to go that high.
I'll ask him if he would like to come have some food with me.
Scrim. Eat, but tell human back away.
Don't worry, I'll return to my tent. He will go back to his tent.
And
I'll
Scrim
go-
approaches the fire.
I'll whip up something. I can, like, take out a ration or two that I have, and something I need to cook. If not, I'll just split it with him.
And you pull out the food, and she begins devouring it like she hasn't eaten in weeks.
You're a hungry one. When was the last time you ate?
Scrim ate 10 days ago. Yes, no.
It's a long time without food, friend.
Scrim by self. Scrim got separated.
Yeah, it's no. Do you have?
You know Scrim's friends? You know Admiral Jerry? You know No, Admiral Cherry. And she gets real sad.
Can't say that I do. Who is this Admiral Jerry you speak of?
Admiral Jerry escaped with Scrimscram. He goblin.
He's a goblin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was captured by humans too.
I
He
see.
big time sea captain. Has ship takes Scrimscram Eldrax.
He's gonna take you to Eldrax?
Yes. Nom, 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 nom.
When are you supposed to meet him?
No supposed to meet. I got fined. Got
Oh.
separated.
Did he tell you somewhere to go, or do you need to go like along the coast to where the water is?
No, there was a giant and an owlbear, and we got separated.
Interesting. Coincidence there, you know. A giant and an owlbear is how I met all these people here.
Oh, where? Which way?
Honestly, what would it be like? What, northwest?
It would be northeast.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of point in the direction, and Scrimscram looks and nods, and then starts reaching towards your pouch where your other rations are.
I'll kind of meet his hand and is like, why don't you travel with us? Maybe we're going to the capital. Maybe your friend is there.
No, giant owlbear, northeast. Scrimscram
I
go
don't-
northeast.
they're-
You give Scrimscram food for
The
trip.
ones that are up there are dead now. So I don't know if those are the same ones you're...
Give
Fun,
Scrimscram
man.
food for trip to Eldrax. Find Admiral Jerry.
Well, if you are that determined, I'll give them, I don't know, 4 or 5 rations.
She quickly puts it in her like furred cloth pouch, and she nods. Scrimscram thanks you. Scrimscram's fine to Eldrax, and starts pattering off.
What a strange creature. Wish that I did not have to awaken you all for that, but you can go back to the rest now, and hopefully the rest of the watch will go uneventfully.
I'll kind of shout as he goes away. I hope to meet you again, Scrimscram.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
little ones are always so gung-ho. I mean, if you lived as long as they did, I can understand about going nonstop.
Yeah, you know that like their like longest lifespan is 10, but now that you're thinking really hard, it's like, is it 10 because they die of old age, or 10 because it's really hard for a kobold to live that long?
I'm assuming there would have been kobolds at the island, right?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
kobold tribes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kobolds are like ubiquitous; they're all over
Mm-hmm.
because the tribes separate, and that's what they do. They migrate, and then they name a place, and after a couple decades, they forget that it was called anything else. That was a fun little scene. By the way, Scrimscram is a throwback to one of my other players' characters from a one-shot, where they got kidnapped and forced to fight in an arena. And I just love the character so much, I made him an NPC in my game.
Nice,
Cool.
very nice.
And Admiral Jerry was my character in that one-shot.
It's a funny name.
Yep, Admiral Jerry O'Toole, the goblin
Mhm.
swashbuckler.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, so Razamol, eventually you find yourself back to sleep. Galestra, your watch ends, and it's time to wake up. Deoris.
Deoris, it is your watch now. I am going to enter the elven trance. Bonne nuit. And I
Yeah.
pat Deoris on the shoulder and trance out.
I will push the button that activates my armor. It's like an action now for me, I think, so I can just pop that shit on.
Nice. Iron Man
And I
suit
forgot I had
activated.
this too. Yeah, exactly, right? And I forgot I could do this, but I have a climb speed, so I'm just gonna put myself in the biggest tree and sit at the top.
Nice.
Well, yeah. What does the armor look like?
Yeah, please describe this for us. We gotta hear this.
I was thinking on this a lot. He's in studded leather armor, but I
Mhm.
like to think that the studs have sort of almost like spread across the rest of his body as well. So his gloves also appear studded. His boots seem to be encased in this studded material. And at his wrist, you see what looks. I mean, it's essentially a taser for his lightning launcher.
Okay.
I mean, he's got a real, not steampunk, but like electrified armor kind of look.
That's pretty dope. Okay.
Thank you.
Dude, if there was a Power Ranger based on BDSM, bro.
Not right. Dude, it's absolutely disgusting, but sick armor.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Go ahead and what do you do to keep yourself occupied on watch?
I would like to switch my infusions over the course of this long rest.
Awesome.
Which it doesn't take anything away, but yeah.
Yeah. You begin tinkering with your vials and whatnot, but keeping your ears out for any signs of trouble, and go ahead and give me a perception check.
You got it. And hey guys, I really set us up for failure here because I got a +0, so
Uh-oh.
I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
it's a fat 15. I feel like
Hey.
we're doing pretty well.
15 is all right. It's not as good
Rasmal had
as
a
the 16.
+6 to his survival when he was being outdone by people that didn't have anything with their survival, so it's okay.
Fortunately, Deoris, you don't hear anything out of the ordinary for your watch. Nothing catches your eye. There's no glints. Being up in the tree, you're quite able to see a ways. It's not very wooded along the road, but there are sparse trees. And it's just a nice clear night as your watch comes to an end and your infusions are switched. And it is time to wake up Razamol for final watch.
Yeah, awesome. I would like to wake him up. But also, I'm now carrying the alchemy jug.
Nice.
He's gonna smell like alcohol. He's feeling reminiscent and sad about the Underdark. So, I don't know if I have to actually make a con save or anything like that, but
Now,
I think
this
it
is
can
we're gonna,
produce like a lot.
yeah, we're gonna say this is flavor. Razamol as Deoris wakes you up. He smells like a brewery. His eyes have bags under them. He looks like he's been putting them back on watch.
Just don't have a hangover when we start walking, friend. Kind of get up and get ready to he'll go find the place where he can see the sun the best and do his little morning prayer.
Yep. You make your way over and actually get on top of the wagon so that you got a clear view. And you keep yourself occupied just staring out and waiting for the sunset?
Sunrise, but I'd probably take like 5 minutes to do my prayer, and then I would just kind of be like walking around the center, making sure everything's okay.
Okay. Keeping vigilant watch. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Well, let's see what the roll says about that. Yeah, like I said, 7.
Watch is so boring.
He's
After a
probably still on
while.
a high after meeting his god,
Yeah, and keep
trying to
just
figure out all his new powers.
looking up at the stars more than you're looking out, but luckily for you, your watch passes without much fanfare or excitement. And as the sun begins to break, it is a beautiful mix of the orange and purple hues of a perfect sunrise on a clear day.
Nice.
And you begin to wake up the rest of the party.
Yep.
With the
Make
smells
food,
of
too.
food cooking.
Yeah.
Make me a performance check. If you got cooking utensils, you can use your proficiency.
I do not. No, that's bad.
Yeah, actually, the smell of the food wakes a lot of you up. Whatever Razawol is cooking, it smells delicious.
It would be a mix of things too, because I don't know exactly what everybody eats. So there would be like fruits and berries, maybe grilled vegetables, stuff like that.
As he does every morning, Sir Dinnigan marches out in his pink undergarments, and he holds up his magic mirror and speaks his magic words. Good morning, sir. You are as handsome as always. The mirror speaks to him as he... Oh, the dreams last night were delightful. I was floating on a cloud, and he walks off into the woods to do his morning routine, speaking to his magic mirror.
When he comes back, I'll offer him an owlbear steak.
Valley will step out.
Yep, Sir Dinnigan
Something
comes
smells
back.
amazing. Something smells amazing.
Good morning, friends. Eat. We'll have a long day ahead of us.
Merci.
Don't mind if I do.
Delicious.
I hope
I
so.
trust everyone slept well last night. Any issues other than our visitation by our little kobold friend?
Speaking of which, what happened with the kobold?
He's trying to look for a friend that he was captured with.
Let's see.
And Dinnigan makes his way out, and that food does smell good for a kinku.
Bonjour, Monsieur Denigon.
Good morning, my lady.
Is that mirror a mirror a magic, or is it just a mirror?
It is a magic mirror. It's a family heirloom, a gift from my mother. I've had it since I was 8. It's
What does it do?
besides recognize perfection, I'm not quite sure.
Can
God.
I, s'il vous
Yeah, I've
plaît,
never heard
I
of
can,
such an enchantment.
I can
What would it take to
certainly
stay
take a look. Give it an identification. Tell you exactly what it is capable of doing.
You want me to hand you my mirror?
Oui, I take good care of it.
Make a persuasion roll.
I bat my little red drow eyes at him. 14.
Okay, I'm going to roll a wisdom save. Natural 1. Oh.
He is powerless against my feminine charms.
Absolutely. And halfway through reaching into his bag of holding, he thinks it's his idea to let you look at this mirror. And he hands it over to you. And it is a very ornate silver with gold inlay, very baroque in its etchings, mirror that surrounds a piece of reflective glass that's kind of a bit opaque. It doesn't reflect perfectly without the magic word.
I would like to do a quick, just a quick look at it, just using my arcane knowledge to see if I can glean anything from that, and then I will ritual cast Identify on it after that.
Yeah, go ahead and give an Arcana check.
Interesting workmanship. The opacity is semi-translucent, blah, 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 blah. And here I go with my Arcana.
Huh?
Ooh, 25 on the
Yeah.
Arcana check. Ow, ow.
Hey, 1 second. My wife is calling for me. I will be right back.
Okay.
Mhm.
Guys, I was going through the tinkering and I just found out I can create like a candle-like effect. How do we feel about making Denigan just smell like shit permanently?
Wait, what does it do?
And you can make it any object just emit a continuous odor up to 10 feet away. It's like a permanent prestidigitation. You can just really get the guy going.
Oh. Pretty slick.
I love it.
Terrible.
John, I know you haven't gotten too many bad interactions, but Denigan's the worst.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, as far as Brex knows, he's a really awesome knight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to kill a spider.
Oh, well.
Be like that.
Valid though.
Opening
Masculinity
jar- open-
reclaimed.
Opening jars, killing spiders.
Yep, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Okay. So, what was your Arcana check? What did you roll?
25.
25.
25. Yes.
It is absolutely brimming with magical energy in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense of some illusory magic, some transmutation magic. And
Mitchell Denigon, this is quite the item, I must say. Fantastic workmanship and certainly arcane in nature. If you permit me, s'il vous plaît, I will do a quick ritual and I can give you more information on the item. And then I'll just kind of make a little runic circle with some candles and some dealy-doos and bits and bobs, and I ritual cast Identify.
Yes. And you are instantly filled with the knowledge that this is of a mirror of endless self-confidence. It is, when attuned and the magical word is spoken, a avatar of the mirror will appear and just shower you with compliments as you gaze into it. It's a wondrous item.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is a mirror of the positivity, I see. Oh. It gives you the compliment, oui?
Yes, it is. It is.
What do you see when you see in the mirror? Do you see your face, or is it the face of another?
Well, I see my face, but I also see Joffrey's face.
Who is this Joffrey?
Joffrey is the mirror man.
Oh, his name is Joffrey. Does he speak? Is his voice yours, or is it a different voice?
Oh, it's not my voice. It's Joffrey's voice.
Do you think Joffrey is a living person, or is he just is he a man behind the mirror, or is he just an enchantment? Actually, I might know that.
It's an enchantment.
Well, this is a fascinating item. Make sure to guard it closely. You do not want the enemy getting the self-confidence. Oui?
Is he effectively
Yes.
using AI to boost his like self-esteem?
Yes.
Okay, love that.
Yeah. He's
Wow,
got
yeah.
his mother, when he was 8, gifted him with a mirror that would just shower him with endless praise.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, you better watch
Of
out. I'll be
course it started
taking
as a
taking
child.
legend lore. I'll be taking legend lore later. So yeah, we're gonna get
Such a
all
good
into
spell.
all that. Yep.
Now that's evil.
You guys are the first ones to ever identify this mirror. It's in every
Oh,
campaign.
yeah.
I talk about his morning routine every morning, and you
Oh,
guys are
yeah,
the first
yeah.
ones to not just go,
Yeah.
that mirror is fucking annoying. I want to break it.
I
Especially
wonder how much it would sell for.
50,000 gold
yes.
pieces.
Whoa, whoa.
It's worth 100,000, so it would sell for 50.
Holy
She will whisper to the group, if we are ever in a jam and we get sick of Michel Denigon, that mirror would fetch a pretty penny. Oui.
Could we just ransom the guy? I feel like he's got to be worth this much in gold, right?
Yes, it's true. Well, that is
I
true.
mean, if we're going evil.
I mean,
Yeah.
he is in gold-plated armor that is
Yeah,
just as
that's what I was
baroque and encrusted with gems as that mirror is.
I got to wear that armor during the
Yep.
dream fight.
Yep.
That's some slick armor for sure. This guy's got money.
He also, is responsible for the death of all of his sisters. And you guys know that and are traveling with him. Anyways, you guys eat your breakfast and prepare to hit the road.
I think only two
only I
people
know
that
that.
know that now.
Yeah, Valiant and Baculus are the only two that were there.
Oh,
Baculus doesn't
yeah.
believe it.
Yeah, no
Valiant's
one
the
knows that.
I forgot, Valiant. You are just the man with the knowledge. You have got to be seething. Every time your echo comes out, it just looks across the battlefield and detonates.
Galestra will put her hands in like a square shape and then invert them and then open her arms further out. And a little lattice work appears in front of her that she steps into, and it sinks into her skin, and she has cast mage armor for the day.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
That is a cool way to describe that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
that was awesome. Yeah.
That is, take inspiration for that, John, if you don't already have it.
Yeah. Merci, je vous en prie.
That was really cool.
Oh,
And we are an hour in and just getting off the camp map.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's up. That's
Long
peak
rest.
D&D, baby. Yes.
Yes, I
You
love
said
roleplay.
RP heavy, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not discouraging at all. Please, guys, this is what
Playing
I
hard.
live for. I don't care about the combat and rolling dice. That stuff's boring to me. I love the story. All right, so who's gonna lead the pack? You guys make sure the horses are fed and taken care of. Go ahead. Everybody's got to mark off a ration. Razum.
Oh, I do not have any food. I left in a hurry from the Underdark. Does anyone have any?
Convenient.
We would've gotten-
Grab your wallet on the way out, kind of. I get it.
You got no Baculus to give you good berries either today. He did
Well,
not
we
come
would
back.
gotten food when before we left the
I'll
where the
give
last place we were at.
Galestra one.
Oh,
Okay.
merci, Monsieur Bex. You are most kind. Merci. And then she starts to squint because the first rays of sun are starting to hit her, and she puts her hood up and hood of her robe up, and yeah, she gets a little quieter. She kind of tends to retreat a little bit during the brighter times of the day.
Absolutely. Have I made you guys pay taxes yet? I don't believe so, right? Because this is the end of the first
What?
week. So we
Not
have
yet.
reached the end of the first week. You guys must pay taxes. What I mean by that is spellcasters, you must pay 50 gold for upkeep of spell components.
The
Yeah.
half casters.
Half casters is 25, but you are also going to be paying 25 to maintain your weaponry.
Real.
And then marshals, it's 50 gold for armor and weaponry upkeep.
So it's 50 gold for a full caster.
Yep. So everybody's basically paying 50 gold
Okay.
because you've reached a week in game, and that's my cost to upkeep. Instead of tracking individual components, every in-game week you will. have
Does
to pay a
the
fee.
golds go into the free parking square? And if you land on the
Win the lottery.
chance card, you get the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
payback?
No, we call this trying to keep the economy balanced.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do have to ask with the alchemy jug. Can my rations just be mayonnaise? And I know your initial reaction is gonna be no.
What the fuck?
No. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. I will.
Pretty
Not,
gross.
Not as a troll. Let me explain.
Death
for a second.
first. Death first.
This is
It's,
disgusting.
hold on.
Just
It's
imagining
high fat-
it,
high
it's
fat
making
and
me
protein.
gag.
So your body's gonna get the energy you need off of it outside of just
No.
water. All right. I had to try.
Eating nothing but fucking lard.
I like mayonnaise, but not
worse.
that much.
Yeah, that's
I know it's gross.
Nobody likes mayonnaise. Everybody likes Miracle Whip, and it's not the same thing. Anyways,
They're
no.
both fucking gross.
Oh no, I like Dukes. Dukes is the way to go.
you do sound like you're from the South a bit.
Oh yeah.
I did-
Dukes.
So just minus 50 gold from her.
Okay. Yeah. So who's leading the pack now that we've paid our taxes?
I can since Apocalypse isn't here, but I have a bad history of this, so if anybody else wants to do it, by all means.
As we can say, Brex is feeling a little less eager today, considering he almost got swallowed by a mimic.
I'll absolutely send it, bro. Deoris is drinking all night. He confident. We'll send it.
Make the survival check.
You got it. Are we hunting it? We're not hunting anything,
This
are we?
is what is wrong.
Yeah,
for
That's
some
tough.
reason. Like crapping my computer out.
That's a 4. I got you guys. I know exactly where we're going.
Pace is awful. Deoris is somehow managing to make the horses go even slower. And it's on a road. It's marked. There's
We should
signs.
Deus, I know I am not from here, but I get the feeling that we are going the wrong direction.
Listen, I'm pretty good at tracking. I think I know where I'm going.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that just you guys are making slow going here in the morning as Deoris is hungover and keeps having to shield his eyes from the sun. You are kind of going southeast, so the sun is rising right in his face. Go ahead and make another check, whoever. If it's gonna be Deoris again, it could be Deoris again, but
I mean, you guys are welcome to take over the lead, but otherwise, I'll gladly send it again.
Valley will step up and try it out.
with Deoris's help, you get advantage.
Dope. All right.
I feel like you should get disadvantage, but
That is a 15.
Ooh.
Nice. So with Valiant up front, leading his horse ahead of everybody, you guys make your way down the road, but something strikes you. You see a little village in the distance, but it starts to get a little bit colder the closer to the village you get. The wind starts picking up. There's a bit of moisture in the air, and it almost feels like there's about to be a pop-up storm or something. The sky looked clear when you woke up. It's a little confusing. But there's definitely a very dreary feeling as you enter the town of Abilos. Abilos is a pretty decent sized village. A lot of travelers stop through here because this is the last town between the north and the south that's not desert on this road. So it sees a lot of traffic. It's got a pretty fairly sized temple, a very large tavern, all kinds of shops and things like that. But as you guys are coming into town, give me perception checks.
DM, just for your note taking, I took the sagacity mutagen as opposed to the dex-based one.
Okay, and that one
just so
is...
that I've said that. It's it's +3 to int.
Okay, intelligence, alright.
And disadvantage on charisma saves.
Awesome. That is now noted.
I got a good roll despite disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, as you guys moved into town, actually, it's kind of cloud covered here. You're not having to face the brunt of the sun, so I don't know if that helps at all. Perception checks. There we go. It looks like Sir Valiant and Galestra are the ones who, as you see people walking along the streets, darting from this building to that building and moving about the town, people seem a little down. Their heads are hanging. Not a whole lot of small talk happening, and you both notice the distinct lack of children running around the town. Every town you've been in, even Green Hollow, the kids were running around the streets.
What are y'all doing?
I'm not exactly the most social, but there's usually more children in this kind of place, right? To the party?
Weird.
Yeah,
It is
definitely weird.
strange indeed. I agree. There is a. Perhaps they are all in a school. I do not know how that works here.
What time of day is it?
That makes sense. They're probably studying. You're right.
You guys been traveling for a couple hours. It's about coming up to lunchtime.
Okay.
Really studious settlement. Do you see any large structures? Like sort of a town hall or center or anything like that?
So
Is this
you guys are making your way in through this northern road, and yes, I say making your way a lot, but you are, in fact, making your way into the town. And these first couple buildings that you pass seem to be houses, and then as you find yourselves in the town center around this gigantic oak tree, you see some signs. This building here has a sign that says the Emerald Goblet, and it's got a picture of a goblet carved in the wood with like emeralds inlaid in it. You could probably take that that's the tavern. Over here, you see that there's an anvil and hammer. You see 2 crossed swords over here. It's kind of your typical fantasy village. You've got one that shows like alchemy supplies and potions on a sign and those kind of spots. You don't see any like sign of like a town center, but it appears that there are a lot of people gathered at this building, and you see men in robes that would make you think that maybe that is the temple for the town.
I'm going to look for a store of the general type because I need to acquire some rations. Perhaps I will inquire there as to the whereabouts of the children of this town. It is a delicate question to ask. I'm not quite sure how to work that into a conversation.
I'll tag along with you, Galestra.
Merci. You seem like a smooth talker. Maybe you can broach the subject.
Galestra and Brex are going to head here. Where would the rest of you like to go?
I'll go to
Deors
the
goes to
temple.
the alchemy shop.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow
Give me
Razumel.
one moment. Oh,
Razumel, where did you say you were going?
Temple.
Okay. Temple. We have the party split into their directions. We will start with Deors as you enter this alchemy shop. It's a quaint little shop. There's a little gnomish man sitting at a bench with some beakers laid out, and he's got goggles on, and his hair is all kind of in disarray as he's leaned over, and he's taking notes furiously. But as you walk in, there's no bell attached to the door, but there is a magical enchanting ding as you enter, and he pops his goggles up and he turns around in his stool. Ah, customer.
A good day.
Good day, good day. Dabble in the arts, do we? And he kind of looks you up and down.
Yeah. Again, he looks like he has leprosy. I mean, I would say I'm definitely more than just a hobbyist, good sir. But
Yes, you have the looks of a hunter. Taking in the mutagens, you are a braver man than me.
I mean, all in the name of science, right?
Oh, yes, but typically we get, people like you willing to drink them in front of us while we take notes.
I was hoping to acquire a few potion making ingredients.
Ah, yes, I sell ingredients. What were you looking for?
Yeah, I would like to find like ingredients. I don't remember if I did this last time, but I would like to make some more healing potions, but I figured I would need to buy some stuff for that.
Oh, I'm glad you came here and not old lady Mara. You wouldn't believe how many of these farmers go. They still trust those ladies out in the woods mixing together herbs at random over a boiling pot. It's just no art.
You said Lady Mara?
Yes,
I'm a traveler. I'm familiar.
old lady Mara. Yes, she's the herbalist lady who lives on the outskirts of town. Real shady stuff she does there. Don't trust that. It's brewed in a bathtub, probably, not in beakers and with, mortars and pestles and precise measurements.
Of course, of course.
And
Yeah, I
you
would
you
like to make
would
some
you would
potions out of
know
this.
that sometimes hags like to live on the outside of town and
Yeah, that's
make
what I
some
thought you were saying.
money.
I wasn't sure if he was throwing shade. Can I make a check?
Yeah, go
Because
ahead.
I do a hunt fey. Would this be like insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's an 8.
Okay. Sometimes it's witches, sometimes it's hags, sometimes it's just really eccentric ladies with a lot of cats. But there are often times on the outskirts of villages, little herbalists trying to make their living by brewing potions.
We'll definitely tuck that information away with the lack of children.
Yeah. 1+1.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, I hunt monsters. I can see some pieces kind of coming together, maybe. But yeah, you tell me what I need to buy for that, or how much gold I need to put into this.
What are you trying to buy?
Just ingredients to make healing potions. I just thought it would be better to do it thematically than just rolling.
Okay, yeah. So whenever you brew potions, it's half price. So whatever the potion costs in that listing, you brew them for half, brewing them yourself.
I can definitely roll for that. I have 120 gold, so I have to check the magical prices guide. But that's all I'm doing. So you can move on to the next group.
Okay, yeah. We will go to Galestra and Brex. You guys enter the general goods store, and this one does have a physical bell. You don't get a sense of a lot of magic as you guys enter the shop, but it is it's a bit dusty in here. Looks like it's probably been cleaned a lot more often in the past, but it's not like years of buildup, but it's been getting neglected for the past couple weeks. There's a very tired looking mustachioed man with an apron standing behind a countertop, and he kind of gives a curt nod as you come in.
Bonjour, monsieur. Je m'appelle Glestra. I am looking for any perhaps dry rations you might have, the hardtack, the Elvish way bread, oui. If you have any of that, I would be interested in purchasing them. And also, perhaps, do you have a crowbar type items or some such? I left my home in a bit of haste, and I seem to have neglected acquiring one of those items.
Yeah, and he nods curtly and points to a shelf where you see many different dried foods and stuff like that for the road. Rations are 3 copper a piece.
Okay,
They're
okay.
not very expensive. And a crowbar would just cost you like 2 silver.
All right. Hell yeah, crowbar. All right, crowbar acquired, and that's nice. Look out, world. Here comes Galestra. And also, est-ce que vous have any inks and parchements? I am a spellcaster and need some of these to transcribe some incantations. So I'm going to
I'm very sorry, madam, but I know the kind of paper you wizard folk need, and I don't carry that kind of materials here. There's an old lady who lives on the outskirts of town. She might have that kind of stuff. She's into that wibbly wobbly stuff, but I just sell mundane items.
No shop du magique in the town?
Yeah, there's a weird guy with his beakers. But I know, like, they got some scrolls at the temple, but they typically just keep those on hand. They don't sell them.
All right, I will try the beaker guy, as you say. Brex, she kind of looks at Brex like, "You want to take the lead here on this part, buddy?"
Brex will kind of walk forward and kind of leisurely like lean against the counter, and he'll go, so I very much love the laughter of children, and the just the
He
every day-to-day squabble of a
instantly-
child.
He instantly like freezes up a bit.
And the minute I walked into this town, we both kind of noticed that there are no children anywhere. Do you by any chance know why there are not any children running around?
He kind of looks around and like leans and peers out the window. I'm gonna need you to make a persuasion roll.
Who, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Am I helping him with this somehow?
I don't know, are you?
Yes, with my crowbar.
Oh, jeez.
Just swing it on your shoulder.
Kids
Just... It was a 22.
Oh, 22 is good enough, and he... Look, we were told by the temple to stop talking about it since those adventurers came through a couple days ago. But for the last couple weeks, kids have been going missing around town. And folks is real shook up about it, but those adventurers, we bandied our money together and paid them, but they ain't been back in 3 days. And another kid was taken last night, so I reckon they made off with our money and we were conned. But I'm not sure.
So you said that you sent adventurers out. Where did you send them specifically?
Yeah, Abilos sees a lot of people in and out. It's not odd to find just travelers, but adventuring parties move through too. Usually through the tavern, you know. We got a pretty big tavern in town, so it's quite popular among the traveling folks. And there was a certain party, and we told them about the kids, and they gave us a price, and we paid it, and they disappeared. I reckon we got swindled, but other people believe they might have been in over their heads.
And
Excuse.
yes.
So you're saying that the children began to the disappearance happened before these adventurers came, and then you hired the adventurers to locate and return the children, and they have disappeared. So, but the children were disappearing before the adventurers arrived.
Yeah, for 3 or 4 weeks now, every couple nights. So a lot of the parents have sent their kids to family members outside of town, and that's why there's not many left. And those who don't have anybody or anywhere to send their kids are keeping them locked in their houses.
So, when did these disappearances start happening?
About 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago? Okay. And you said the temple told you to stop talking about it, correct?
Well, not stop talking about it per se, but maybe not share it with everybody who comes through town. Like, you seem like nice folk, but we just paid a lot of gold to some people. We don't want to get swindled again.
Right. Well, I'll kind of lean back towards Glestra. We definitely need to check that temple out. So I will go ahead and give you further just advice, and please feel free to not take it. When hiring someone, I probably would pay them after the mission is achieved. I don't know if y'all paid them up front, like a portion up front or something. Because I can.
When it comes to people's kids, people tend to not think so rationally.
That is very true.
Has anyone in the town seen anything? Reported any strange goings about? Or
Other
are
than
these
this
children?
perpetual rain cloud that seems to be living over the town, the nightly fogs, and listen, there's a cobbler. His name is Chauncey. His boy says that he saw something in the night, but you know how kids are when the adults start to get afraid. But you might think to interview the cobbler too. This boy says he saw something.
And where would we find this cobbler?
And he gives you directions to the house. And I will tell you on the map, the cobbler lives right
Bless you.
here.
Cool. I will put a gold piece and slide it towards him. Thank you so much for your information. I know that was very difficult to talk about, so I just want
I don't have any kids, but I just tell you, don't go talking about it too much around town. A lot of people are really upset.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Oui, merci, merci.
Absolutely. And as we flash frame over to the temple, Razamul and Valiant, you guys are walking up this front path, and there's a group of people gathered on the steps frantically talking to he's probably mid-50s man in robes, kind of balding. He's got a scruffy white beard, and looks like he's trying to console these people as you approach.
Hello, sir.
Is travelers.
Something wrong?
Just you goddamn right something's wrong. The kids are missing. Stop it, Cedric.
Like,
The kids are missing.
Jesus.
Now that he said something about it, would Razamol have noticed that looking back now or no?
Yeah, now that you've walked all over this town and haven't seen a single kid, that does seem weird.
Okay.
Listen, those adventurers we hired the other day are probably that ran off with our money, they did, or they whatever taking the kids got them. Listen, oh my. You're here for healing or the likes. My priest can take care of you inside the temple if you are here to worship. I am sure that could be allowed as well, but as you can see, a lot is happening.
What would Razamol call somebody of a religion? Would he call them father? Would that make sense? I mean, we would have like a high priestess from our
fine.
tribe.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. Excuse me,
Father or
Father.
priest or anything like that.
When you're done dealing with that, if we could have a moment of your time, I think we can help each other out in a sense.
It's listen, folks, go back home. We'll give the adventurers a couple more days, and we will find the children. And while they do not look happy about leaving, the crowd begins to disperse, and the man nods you all in, and you follow him in, and he leads you across, and it's a quaint little temple. There is a statue of every god in quiet little alcoves. This seems to be a universal temple.
Is there one of Navir?
No.
Okay. Change that.
And you guys make your way into what looks like his personal office. It's a nice, comfortable little room with a rug, a desk, and there are bookshelves packed full of books all around the room. It's fairly clean in here. It's not overly dusty as I described the general store. And he sits down, and it's tragic what's happening here.
Oh, it is true. There is kids missing.
Yes, for about a month now. Every couple nights. They've been just as if they've vanished into thin air.
How many in total?
So far, 8.
You said there was something of an adventuring party or something?
Well, after 6 or 7 children, the parents got desperate. No sign. The town militia is exhausting everything they can, but it's small. They don't have many people, so a lot of the parents turn to the tavern where parties and travelers make their way ins and outs, and they banded together their money to hire an adventuring party to try and find the kids, but it's been 3 days, and even I'm beginning to wonder if they did not make off with our money.
See,
Where
that
did
is-
these adventurers happen to go? Well, the last place you've seen them exactly.
Well, to tell you the truth, friend, they were doing a lot of what you're doing now. Going around and asking these sorts of questions.
Hmm.
Maybe we can see if we can pick up their trail or something. That doesn't seem right. I mean, yes, there is the possibility that you're saying that they just took your money and run, but
Listen, we could not possibly afford to pay you.
no.
Or
Listen, here, and I want to give him 250 gold.
whoa, you punk! This coin burst out on this desk. A donation for the church, I assume.
Yes and no. This is partially what I wanted to talk to you about, but what's going on with the kids is more pressing. I would like to, I'd like to give about 50 of the gold to spread out to the families. Not having a loss of a child or something can be devastating. They might not be eating. Well, probably not even wanting to go to work. So just to help out the families as much as you can, distribute it. If you need more than just the 50, do as you need. And I would like to I'm going around trying to spread the word of my god. And I was trying to see if there was a way we could work something out to maybe put in a small shrine, even a totem, if need be, for the people that follow my religion. But like I said, the thing going on with the children is
Every
more
god
important.
that we know of is represented here outside of those we do not speak of. What religion are you following? And you can see he's getting wary. If your god isn't represented in this temple, then he's thinking.
Have you ever heard of my lord Navir?
The dragon,
Yes.
a god.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, friend. I needed a laugh after the last couple weeks. A
Holy
dragon,
war.
a god. Could you imagine?
I would
We have
appreciate
just
if
met,
you could-
friends, so
my,
I'm gonna
my
let
friend,
that.
yeah.
It's okay. I'm trying times make people not realize when somebody else is being serious.
Serious. The dragon.
Yes, friend. Did I
dragon.
stutter? I know my common is not that
But
great, but
The dragons are mortal.
that does not mean, even if that were true, that does not mean they can't be revered. Is that not what religion is? Is belief in something higher power? You know? Have you ever heard of the islands of Nivir?
Of course, I've met many dragonborn in my day. I know it is their ancestral lands, but
And they believe
we
that
here in the civilized world have seen the gods who walk the earth, and they are far more powerful than dragons.
I'm
You
not
can tell that
going.
he's being sincere. He's not trying to be condescending. This is like how people believe. Like the idea of somebody worshiping a dragon is just so foreign to him.
Well, that's fine. I'm from a foreign land, so
Exactly.
I know it could be hard, friend, but I mean, you just said it yourself. I mean, you've met Dragonborn. Most of the Dragonborn I know revere Navir as their god. I mean, even if they're believe that they're descendants from him, that's the same thing.
I've heard tales of this with the island cultures, and you are right. I am being rude. How rude of me, but we will discuss it and see
Yes,
if
it
there
is.
is room in here for a statue of a dragon. We do
It's
not
just that
mean
is-
disrespect.
It is okay. Just as you have your mission in life as a priest, I have mine, and mine has now been to spread the word of my God. People have, as it seems, in your case, people have forgotten that he used to be one, and still is. But that is okay. It's not your fault. I mean, it's been a long time since he's been here.
Noble cause indeed.
Now, is there any other information you can give us? When was the last time a kid was kidnapped?
Well, as you could tell from the commotion last night. And
Was it the people that were here? It was their kid that was kidnapped?
no, they are still in their home. But as far as everything, the only thing that we've really had is the cobbler's boy Chauncey said, or the cobbler Chauncey, his boy, said he saw something, but children's imaginations, you know how they are, so it's... He's
So
been
could you
quiet.
can you give us directions, friend? Maybe we can. Like I said, we don't want any money, or at least I know I don't. I don't know about you, Sir Valiant, but I'm in it for the kids. They are our future.
I'm not too worried about money myself. Just here to help.
Agreed.
Yeah, and he gives you directions to this house on the map up here.
Okay.
And Deoris, let's go ahead and make your rolls as the rest of the party begins making their way towards this cobbler's house they've heard about.
Yes. What am I rolling? Just d20s, right? To beat DCs.
So how many are you trying to make?
I have 120 gold, so I can make 4.
Okay. 4. Let's do this in groups of 2, all right? You cool with that?
Sure thing. Absolutely.
It's 12,
2
14,
D20s.
16.
Here we go. That's a 14 and an 8. Am I adding anything to them or just flat d20s?
No, this will be whatever intelligence base stat you want to do Arcana.
Yeah, that's my best. That's +7, so 15 is my lowest.
Okay, so that was 3 rolls.
That was 2 rolls.
Okay,
I'm doing 4, so 2 groups, right? That's what you said?
it's 2 groups of 3 rolls. So your last DC,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, your last DC is 16.
And that one is 24.
Okay, yep. So you make those 2. Now we're gonna do those 3 rolls again: 12, 14, and 16.
Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I misunderstood. Lowest roll is a 19.
Okay, yep. You're able to brew those 4 potions for half price.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice.
Not a problem at all. And as you buy your ingredients, and he allows you to use his tools,
Nice. I love that.
and
I have to clean them after.
brew your potions and clean up. You pay the man, and he nods curtly at you, and you exit just in time to see the rest of your party walking up that path to the north. And you make your way around and join them. You all approach this house. Like I said, it's about noon, but it's real cloudy and dreary, and there's a light drizzle. As you guys stand outside of the door, there's steps leading up to the door. The curtains on the house are drawn, and it doesn't appear like there's a whole lot of light coming from the inside.
Question: Can Galestra see to tell if this weather is natural or if it is magically being created? Is that something that she'd be able to glean?
Make a survival or arcana check.
We
Okay.
have the same brain. I was thinking that, but we don't have our druid who can, I think, instantly tell that. Doesn't Druidcraft let you know what the weather's going to be?
It's true. Yeah, it does. I think. Yeah, it's a 20.
Well, yeah. When you woke up, there wasn't a sign of a cloud in the sky, and it seemed like it was going to be a perfect spring day. But the closer you got to this town, it got dreary. Here, something is keeping this perpetual cloud. And the general store guy said it himself. Like, it's been raining for weeks.
Okay. Okay. Methinks that these the weather conditions in this town are not natural by any by a long shot. Something or someone is causing these conditions, which could be a powerful spellcaster, druid, priest, wizard. So we should be on our guard. Most
Can
certainly.
can I try to? It says I can have advantage to recall about like Fae. Can I see if hags have the ability to do this? Would I recognize this as something that a hag would do?
Make an arcana check.
14.
You know that there are spells that can create weather and manipulate the weather, but hags could cast it, wizards could cast it, anybody with a bit of magic could cast it.
Right.
So it's not like it's something unique to hags.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we had better knock. And she puts her crowbar in the backpack and knocks on the door.
I'm trying to remember. It was Micah in my goblins campaign who was like, as a barbarian, I cast knock, and he hits the door with his mace. Anyways, yeah, so Galesha, you walk up to the door and you knock. And there's a bit of shuffling from inside. And after a moment of some muffled voices, and then the door opens just a crack, and there's a man on the other side. What do you want? And he sees a drow staring at him, and oh, the drow. We never considered the drow. Where are our children? And he opens the door a little more and
I'll
sees the
kinda step
rest of the
back.
party.
Brex will kind of like put his hand in front of Glester and go, "No, sir, no. We were informed that the cobbler, I think, that lives here, his son had witnessed something. We're just trying to get information about a situation going on in town. We're just kind of wondering if maybe we could talk to the son."
I'm the cobbler, Chauncey, and my boy isn't much in the mood for talking.
Brex will pull out a gold coin. Are you sure he doesn't want to talk?
Do you think you could buy my child from me?
I don't want to buy your child. I want to buy your child's word. Please.
Make a persuasion check.
19.
Yeah.
He reaches out and takes the coin, and the door closes. And you hear his footsteps fall away from the door. And a few minutes pass by, and the door opens again. He's standing there, and there's a little boy, probably about 8, sandy blonde hair, kind of ruffled up, big black bags under his eyes. Looks like he hasn't slept very well. Kind of disheveled, and he's kind of got this 1,000-yard stare as he looks out on you.
Hmm. Brex will kind of squat down, kind of to his level. And how tall is he? What can I tell his age from looking at him?
Like I said, he looks like he's between 8 and 10,
8 and 10.
probably.
Okay. So crap, he's probably not even a few inches shorter than Brex. Brex will kind of like just kind of feel like,
Well, he's up the steps, so you could step
Yeah.
down and kind of get eye level. I get what you mean.
yeah. And Brex will kind of like look around to his companions, like kind of like, help me. So we overheard that something had happened. You had witnessed something in an event that maybe had pertained to what is going on with the situation in town. Can you maybe tell us about that?
His eyes dart up towards you, and you could tell he's petrified.
Hmm.
It was in the fog, in the fields. So many eyes. They glowed. It ate a sheep. One bite.
And did the sheep take any children? What was anyone with you when you saw this? Was it just you?
No, I woke up in the night. And I just had to look out the window. And he points his finger, and there's a field right behind you guys.
Mhm.
That goes off the map. It's a pretty big field. On the other side of that field, there appears to be a house in the distance with like, it's overgrown and looks abandoned. And Chauncey grabs the boy by the shoulder, and he goes, "All right, that's enough, Lyle." And he pushes him off to the side. If it's not the drow that you brought with you, my bet's on that old fucking hag that lives on the outside of town. I never trusted that lady.
Did he
Is
say
the
so many eyes? Is that what the boy said? So many eyes?
He's
He
a
did.
kid. They see horrible things. Their brains, they come up with stuff. They fill in the blanks.
This is a crazy world. I wouldn't discount your son find so quick.
does the kid look like there's something wrong with him? Or just
He looks like he saw something that would traumatize him. Super scary.
or like physically? Is there anything wrong
But
with him?
not other than the lack of sleep, no. It doesn't look like he's beat. The black eyes under his eyes are like lack of sleep. He doesn't look abused.
Dioris, do you know of a creature with many eyes?
DM, do I?
Sure. Go ahead and make a history roll.
Absolutely. 17.
There's spiders, there's beholders, there's spectators, there's many creatures with many eyes.
So he said right?
He said it ate a sheep, right? I believe that's what the child
Yeah,
said.
something about a sheep. So yeah,
Can I
it
narrow the
ate
list
it.
down by
That's
things
crazy.
that do that?
What'd you say?
Can I narrow the list at all, knowing that the thing eats like sheep?
No, every single monster I named would eat a barbarian animal.
All right,
Yeah, I would
fair
think
enough.
so.
Fair enough.
So he said it was at night. In the
Every night
field.
since this storm showed up, this is Chauncey. The nights are just, there's so much fog you can hardly see in front of you. That's why the boy doesn't know what he saw. The fog is just too thick. There's no way. It It was probably wolves or something like that. Their eyes reflect light. That's why the sheep see. There's nothing up that way but the old abandoned farmhouse. Anyways, nobody goes up there. I'm betting
why?
that old lady Mara, I've been saying it for years. She's a hag. I tell everybody, but no, she's just a nice old lady selling potions on the edge of town. But I see through her.
Why
Is
does
there-
no one go up there anymore, friend? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, to the old Diostroff farm. That. The Diostroffs, they passed away a couple decades ago, left the place to their son, and he wasn't much of a farm. He moved on. It's
He did
just
not sell
weird
the land
place.
or anything like that?
Nobody wanted to buy it after the Diostroffs. They were a big part of the community. It just didn't feel right for any of us.
I see.
You said the son moved on. Is he still in town or did he leave?
No, he left. He went on to Veritas, I think, or the capital somewhere down south. He wanted to live in a city.
Okay.
does the hag
He
live
was
in
always
the,
picking on his loot more than he ever picked up a hoe.
Does the Mara live in the where exactly in Mont is Mara located? Is she by the farmhouse or is she on the outskirts of town in another location?
She lives out southwest of the town. Lady Mara's house is actually down here.
Okay. And you said the farmhouse is up behind this field, behind us?
The Diostroff farm is over off the map this way.
Gotcha. Well, so thank you so much for talking to us. I hate to have, I guess, wasted your time. If we find anything out, we will definitely let you know.
Of course, thank you for the gold. At least you're not the last adventuring party that took the last bit of everything we had saved up.
Well, I think not only I, but everyone here are not wanting to take any money from you. We, as a group, I think, are going to do this free of charge.
Good luck to you. A lot of people upset.
And with that, I'm going to turn to all of y'all. So, do y'all want to maybe divide and conquer? Like, a few go to the hag, a few to the farm? How do y'all want to do this?
Split the party. It has always ended up good for every party that's ever done it. Please.
Yeah, split the party for sure. Now we should definitely tackle the problems as a group,
Okay.
especially since
Very well.
Abilos isn't here.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we're down a member. That's right. Okay.
There is strength in numbers.
But what do you
Very
think
well.
we should check the farm before the hag? Like, do you
But
think that they're
we're
related?
right. We're right
It is
here.
noon too, and all the happenings seem to happen late at night. But it is up to you.
What would y'all like to do? I'm not the party leader. What would y'all like?
You
Yeah.
could be.
I definitely want to hear more from the party too. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, we could investigate the field right now during the day. You could see if there are tracks that show wolf encounters, or if there are no tracks, if it's just sheep paw print, sheep paw print, sheep paw print, and then poof, then that would tell us something as well, n'est-ce pas?
Mm-hmm.
Is the field on the way to the hag?
The field is right behind you guys. Like you,
Yeah.
you turn 180 degrees from the house. That is the start of the field, and it
Is it
stretches
a-
off the map.
Is it an empty field or is it there food?
It's
It's probably like a
it's-
barren land.
Yeah, it's early spring, so it has been
Oh,
sown.
nothing.
It has been sown, but not a whole lot is.
Hmm.
It's like over.
So what I think, knowing about like seasonal or like farming, basically, what I know, it's probably not a good idea to go walk on somebody else's farmland.
Yeah, it's
So, yeah.
if it's freshly sown, you probably don't want to walk directly on the road. You could make your way between them.
So, this road here, does it lead like around to the farm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if y'all would like, we could head up to the farm. I mean, we're right here. Might as well.
We
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we should.
I have no qualms with that.
Definitely don't want to go through the crops.
Also, where is Sir Dinnigan?
Oh, he's at the tavern, most certainly, don't you think? He strikes me as a tavern type of guy.
Oh well, we could have used his expertise in this moment. Okay, well,
Going to highly suggest him. I hate to pull the veil back, but if you guys are going to the farmhouse now, I would go to the tavern and collect him before you go there.
Oh, fuck.
What is Michel Denigon's expertise?
He is a level 8 fighter.
Yeah, well,
He's
yeah. Let's.
super confident fighter for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He fights
Well,
like a
I-
level 1 wizard, but he's a level 5 fighter. Or a level 8 fighter.
Well,
Do we plan to stay here very long? Are we all in agreement to stay here until we can figure out what's going on?
Yeah,
very
definitely
much
need to
so.
solve
Yeah.
this
I mean,
before
we
leave.
might want to secure rooms. I mean, we're traveling with our horses and our wagons. We might want to put them away for the time being. So, find a and what the hell is it? A stall or whatever, horse stall.
do,
Stable.
A
do I
holding.
have a
yeah.
horse? Do I have a horse?
I don't think you do.
I don't know. I don't
You
think
would
I
have
do.
to.
Yeah.
No, because I was in the goblin camp.
I'll share.
No.
I've been riding with
Yeah.
Rex.
You guys
Yep.
met.
Yep, just riding with Brex. Yep,
Yep.
as it should be.
You guys met in Tosin, and the mayor did say that she would provide carts and horses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, would we like to go visit the tavern really quick and collect den and get room and board?
We.
I mean, hold on. If we're going to the farm and there's something out there that we need to take care of, I feel like if we die, we don't really need to lose that gold.
Your
Don't
large
buy your,
Also-
duty
don't
is
buy a room before
un-
you go to bed.
Also, would not hurt if we're expecting something. If we all think that there's something there, it would not be. It would behoove us to arm ourselves. I mean, I don't know. I have some
for sure,
potions and
yeah,
stuff
for
like
sure.
that.
Well, I've been wanting to check out the tavern scene anyway, so I will gladly go to the tavern and collect Sir Den and bring him back if y'all
Yeah, I'm not
wish.
saying not to grab
Razumol-
den again. I just not buying rooms yet.
Razumol will look at Brex and he will look at Deoros and point at both of you and be like, "No drinking, though. We need sharp minds if we're gonna be."
Oh no,
investigating."
I want to
Does-
see the musical scene.
Does Deoros
personally.
still smell like alcohol?
Yeah, I mean this thing could produce 4 gallons of beer, DM. So you tell me.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, how are you
Yeah.
not on your ass right now?
That's what I asked about a concept. Like,
Well, it's not like you're drinking it; it just
Deor's
produces
feeling
it.
strongly about he's remembering running away from the Underdark as well when Gluster was talking about that.
The
So-
alcohol brings back all the feels.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you guys make your way to the tavern, move tokens, and that is a whole new map I will have to pull up.
Heck yeah.
Do that.
Maybe we could also get some more information from townfolk here, probably.
People talk at taverns.
Mhm,
Even
especially
in the
drunk
Underdark,
people.
they chat at the taverns.
Yeah, and you guys walk into the tavern.
Hmm.
Yep, the door's right there. And it's not very big for how big the building is. But there are tables and stuff here. You don't see a bar, which is odd. But there is a lady obviously dressed as if she serves drinks. And there are a few patrons in here gathered at the table. But it's not very busy. And all of you make perception checks as you enter.
20. Is that a dirty 20?
Natty.
Oh,
natty.
yeah. There are sounds of scuff coming from back in this area, and it's almost like people are cheering and whatnot. But it sounds like there's a lot going on in this back room.
Brex will step up to the barmaid. Sounds like there's a lot of commotion in the back room. Are we missing any event or anything?
She looks you up and down, and I don't think it's your scene, pretty boy.
He'll kind of cross his arms offended. Well, who are you to know what my scene is?
What can I get you to drink?
A young lady.
A little
he
elven
is a-
brandy, perhaps.
He is a wealthy patron, and he's looking to do some investing in the games, if you know what I mean. So perhaps it would be a good idea to let us
Thanks for the follow.
lose a little money. See who play.
Abraham Lincoln 42, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Oh, you are the betting type. That makes more sense. Huh? Yes, I think that can be arranged. There is a slight entry fee.
Combien?
10 silver gets you in the door.
How much?
10 silver?
1 gold, right? Or is that more than 1 gold?
It's 1 gold.
I was gonna say, I'll just flick it at her. And there would have been 2 gold in there if you weren't rude. And then he'll walk away.
I'll kind of come up to the lady as like, what about me? Is it my kind of scene? And I'm fucking got
She
armor
looks you up
on,
and down.
fucking
Yeah.
out the ass.
Yeah, it's probably more something that you would be attuned to. More likely him. And she points at Sir Valiant.
Hmm.
Really? What might this be?
Pay the silver and find out.
Oh, I paid for everyone, I think. What, with the 1 gold?
Oh no. That's a 10 silver is 1 gold.
Oh,
So it'd be
stupid.
1 gold per person.
Yes. Okay, well then, never mind. He flipped several gold coins at her.
Okay. As you step through this door, Brex, you are on a balcony overlooking like what looks like where they bring in the shipments of alcohol and brew their alcohol here, and you see 2 people engaged in fisticuffs in the middle of the room while people are cheering on, and there is a very giant man towards the door by the cart, overseeing it with his arms crossed, and behind the cart next to like what looks like chalkboard with like things written on it and amounts, and like there's gold and silver and copper coins laid out in front of him. He's wearing a cloak, but it appears you guys have found a fight club.
Brex will kind of lean over to Gillestra. I hate to admit when I'm wrong, but this is definitely not my scene.
I'll ask the bar. Oh, I didn't go in yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask the barmaid if she has seen an older gentleman in very, 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 very shiny armor come through here at all.
Oh, that's right.
Trying to find see if we.
I forgot to put him on the map. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's okay. Well, that's why
I
I
was
asked.
fixing to say he's beautiful of face, but very easily forgettable.
Yeah, I often forget that I don't have his token ready for this table. I need to just stop being lazy and make up the sheet. But let me grab a token real quick. And
this is me
rename it.
being like extra for the roleplay. Do you have a picture, like an actual like art of him? So I kind of
Yes.
just like see what he looks like fully.
That's
Okay.
I think what he means.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, you're pretty.
I do have one that I use
Oh,
for
well, let
his
me not do
token,
that
too.
on Twitch stream. Never mind.
I know what you're gonna do.
Yep. As long as you know the notion, that's fine.
1 second as it bothers me when not all the fog of war disappears. Good, I'm paranoid about that stuff. Okay. OCD, I think that's actually the term. Sir Dinnigan is
Yeah.
actually down here on these steps watching the fight, cheering on one of the fighters. He looks
Oh,
a bit
geez,
he looks
Michel.
a bit inebriated.
Denigon is right over there, and this is Brex. You might find this strange, but things like these are quite common in the drow culture. They usually just do not do it for the money. It is just for sport and fun.
Would you say it would probably be to, win the affections of maybe a lady or something?
No, no,
Oh.
no.
And as
the
you say
training-
that, you hear Dig go, "That's right, gouge his fucking eyes out."
Brex will kind of wave at Sir Din. He's probably paying no attention.
He's not. He's enamored by this fight as this Goliath is fighting off with this dark-skinned human with braided hair who appears to be monk. This seems to be like more of a barbarian type versus
Ooh.
more of a monkish type fighting in the middle.
Monk barbarian. I dig that.
Is anybody trying to go make bets or enter into the fight club?
Yeah, I would love to elbow Valiant and ask him to get in there. I'll put all my money on you, bud. I've seen you kill so many guys.
As will I. But I think this is a bare fist fight, I think?
Yes, it
Correct?
is. As you look down, you see that both contestants are stripped of their armor, and they're the monk is wearing nothing but a pair of light cloth pants, barefoot, shirtless, and the Goliath is in a loincloth and barefoot and shirtless, and they are fist fighting.
I'll become between Sir Valiant and Deoris and be like, I don't think this is, in the wise words of somebody I once knew, I don't think this is the time or the place for this. We have more pressing matters to deal with.
Hey
I
man,
mean,
the sun's got
that's
you
valid.
got 7-8 hours till that sun sets.
Very true.
Yeah, I've seen Valiant kill guys in seconds.
But that was with a sword, though. He is very, very well
But
adept
hold
in
on,
a sword.
Valiant, you look strong, right? Like, dude has got to be pretty.
Then
dope.
again, looks
Yeah.
and he's kind of over here, and you guys, he goes, "I'd kick Valiant's ass in this."
Oh god.
I'd pay high money to see you enter the ring, Sir Den.
So then again, walks over, pulls off his gauntlet, and slaps you in the face, Valiant. I challenge you to a duel.
Valiant is gonna put his hand on his cheek and do an unarmed attack and slap him back and say, "I accept."
Let's go
Michel
sign
Denny,
up.
Michel Denigon is in his cups. I think I am going to put my money on Valiant.
Yeah, I absolutely want
Valjean.
to put all my money on Valiant as well. I don't know
Absolutely.
what the odds are on this one, but
Again, and Valiant are going to approach there. One second, I gotta pull up his character sheet. I did this at the other table, and I didn't even consider doing it here until I was like, you know what? Valiant's been side-eyeing Dinnigan for so long. We're gonna have this fight.
oh yeah, this is gonna be
Friends,
great.
I will remind you we have something to do tonight, and if we're beaten up, that's not gonna be advantageous to us.
I listen. I'll put all my healing potions on fixing whatever happens here.
As will I.
We should, Razimal. I totally understand that we have something really important to accomplish, but
Then why are we not doing it? These
Wait,
are children
are
we're
you-
talking about.
Are you telling me that after the fight, the loser is not killed? The throat is not slashed, and that put.
And you're
Excuse
suggesting
me?
that our
This is
party
giant
members
robot.
do this?
I mean, maybe. I don't know about your culture, but the fights I have seen, which mostly are tavern brawls, no one dies usually.
I'm gonna start rolling off between the two fighters. Give me a second.
Fascinating.
Yes. And I forgot what I was gonna say. I completely blanked. Never mind.
All right,
I was gonna say something to Rasmol, and I completely forgot what I was going to say.
I'm gonna break this scene down for you guys.
Okay.
The two fighters begin circling. Is anybody placing bets on this fight?
Yes, yes. No, not that fight. No, no, no.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah,
fight
yeah,
that's
no.
currently in the
Okay.
ring.
no.
I'll place 5 gold on the Goliath
Okay.
because Brex simply thinks he's attractive because he's shirtless.
I'll bet on the monk. I'll put 5 gold on the monk.
Okay.
The dude with the dreads.
I will tell you that the Goliath is favored, so it is a 1 it's a 1-to-1 bet. The monk, who is a much, he's leaner, so these people think might makes right. They've bet on the monk. He has 3-to-1 odds, so a 5 bet is going to be 15 gold, whereas the bet on the Goliath. But the rolls have already happened, so let me narrate this fight as the monk steps up and kind of smirks and gets into a martial arts stance. The Goliath rages and screams out and charges, and the two begin exchanging blows, and the monk just starts zipping around, landing blows, pop, 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 and it starts to look like it's wearing down the Goliath, who just doubles down on the rage and reaches out and grabs the monk by the hair and lifts him in the air from his dreadlocks, and then begins to slam him down on the ground. And when he goes to mount him to land a punch, the monk just comes up with a foot that lands solidly in the Goliath's face, and the Goliath collapses unconscious onto the ground.
Oh, well, I guess speed outweighs might. I guess well,
go
one
ahead,
Glacier.
I know my fighters.
Yes,
is,
I can tell.
Fighters.
That is 5 gold down on the Goliath and 15 gold back to you as people begin making their way over to this cloaked woman and begin collecting money. And Sir Dinnigan steps up to Nurgle and goes, "This guy here, I'm gonna kick his ass." And
Junk voice acting.
he looks and eyes you two up and down and leans over, and Valiant, you are going to be favored in this fight.
Okay.
So any bets on Valiant will be 1-to-1. Dinnigan, being as he is drunk, that's going to be a 3-to-1. Anybody who bets on Dinnigan. What you do see is that another fighter comes out and helps this fighter drag the Goliath over, and they begin to administer first aid and give him a healing potion and heal him up.
I'll throw 5 gold down for Valiant.
There's just a couple rules. This human tells you guys. You can't wear your armor, and absolutely nobody dies. I'd like to keep my business open, so there will be no weapons, no boot daggers, no magics. It'll just be fist on fist. Is that understood?
Does not seem very fun. Does not seem very entertaining.
So, Valiant, you will have to remove any shields, armor, anything that you have.
I did.
You cannot use your echo, obviously.
Excuse me.
Question: would it be cheating if I gave him a bardic inspiration? Like, would that be something they would notice and be like, "Oh, that's cheating"? Would that be
No,
like?
because bardic inspiration could be given by just cheering on.
Okay, cool. No, I will definitely.
Make
He
sure
can use it in combat.
Make sure everybody had marked their long rest after that
Yes.
camp scene.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Sir Dinnigan,
Well,
while normally has an AC of 21, without all his armor and his shield, is
Oh.
sitting at a solid 12.
Love it. Love it.
But you guys have seen Sir Dinnigan in nothing but a pink Speedo every morning, so it's no surprise to you that he is a cut man. This guy takes care of himself. He's got a nice tan. He is ripped. He steps out wearing nothing but a nice pair of town pants and steps into the center of the ring.
Brex very much notices.
While this is
me,
going
that's
on,
one of the reasons he didn't enter the tent.
while this is going on, Rasmol is gonna go to the supposed hag place to get more information.
Okay, you want to make your way down to Lady Mars?
Yep.
Yep, we will play that scene out after we get done here.
Okay.
Valiant, you strip down from your armor and lay your weapons and stuff to the side. While this is blood sports, you get the sense that it's not going to run off. Nobody here is going to take your stuff and run.
Right.
And you step into the center of the ring. I need you
Just so you
to
know.
roll initiative, my friend.
All right, here we go.
Just so I know what. Tell me that first.
10. Oh, just so you know, Dinnigan, this ass beating is gonna be for your sisters.
Oh.
He rolled a 25.
Oof.
Okay. He gets 2 attacks per action. So he's gonna a quick jab followed by a right here. So the first one is a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Second one is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
So you take 12 bludgeoning damage as his fists rain down on you. Sir Dinnigan's
Mon Dieu.
Sir Dinnigan's going to action surge and do it again. The first one is an 20, dirty 20, and the next one is the 22, so that's another 12 bludgeoning. And Sir Dinnigan just comes out of nowhere. He was drunk. You don't know how this happened, but he is instantly sober, and you feel like you might have just got pool sharked into this fight, as he does not seem as drunk as he did 30 seconds ago, and he just pop, 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 and begins circling around you and thumbs his nose and starts hopping, and it's Street Fighter time, bud. Let's go.
So that was how much damage?
24 total.
24. Okay.
Allez-vous! Allez-vous, Michel!
Right.
Yeah. Breck will
Hello.
also cheer. He's gonna go, give him the RKO! And give him a bardic inspiration die of 6. You can use it to a damage roll. You can use it to yeah, there's a lot of things you can the attack roll you can add to the attack roll. Like you can use a lot of it. Use it for a lot of things.
Okay, slick. Okay. At this point, Bailey's nose is probably bleeding. He's gonna move his thumb across his nose. All right, it's my turn now. He's gonna roll. Oh, thank you for doing that, by the way.
You are very welcome.
18 hits.
All right. I roll. That is 5 damage.
So bludgeoning damage just says what it is, right? Unless you have like the Tavern Brawler feat.
Right,
it just says
okay.
what your damage is, whatever that max number is there.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So
10
you did
damage. I'm gonna action surge. That is that a 3? 7? The 10. That's a 10 to hit.
10 misses.
All right. Actually, would I be able to use that one?
Yes, it's after a roll. You can then roll the die, add it to
excellent.
whatever you
Okay.
choose. Yeah.
So go ahead and add to that 10, and then you can keep that 27 if you want to.
All right. That's a 4, so that's a 14.
Yep, 14 hits.
Yeah.
All right. And that would be 20 damage.
Okay.
And the bonus action, second win. Now in my turn there.
Neither of them are playing any defense. They're just punching each other in the face repeatedly.
Yep.
Well,
And Sir Dinnigan's going to step in and attempt to grapple you. So that'll be an opposed athletics check. Ooh, I rolled shitty. 11.
I guess I'm rolling strength. Strength save?
No, athletics.
Oh. There we go. That is a 15.
Yeah, so he reaches up and tries to put you in an old school grapple, and you manage to slip away. He wasted his action. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. All right. Attack. There's a 10 to hit. Miss.
No, it misses.
That is 11 to hit.
11 also misses. You two are now circling each other in the ring. Neither of you seeming to totally get the upper hand after that initial flurry. And he is going to swing at you twice again. First one is a 15.
That hits.
And the second one is only an 11.
That hits. It's my armor class.
Oh, okay. So that'll be 12 more bludgeoning, and then he is also going to second wind. And gets 11 hit points back. It is your turn.
All right. Nat 1.
Okay, let me swing at you one more time. As you kind of
Phew,
you mistime
Dang it,
it, and he comes back.
kicking his ass.
That's 12 for another 6.
All right.
Is he letting him win? I do not understand.
Oh, Sir Jin will never let him live it down.
One more hit. That is a 12 to hit.
12 hits.
Give him the old
Okay.
1-2, Val.
4. Okay, so
That was my turn.
all right, and Sir Dinnigan's going to attempt to grab you again. Athletics check. This is 16 this time you had to beat.
That's a 17.
Oh my goodness. You slippery fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
There we go.
Enigon keeps trying to hug him in the middle of the fight.
That hits.
I don't know. I mean, when you're drunk, you get a form of intimacy.
They would not stand a chance in the trial fighting pits.
17.
They
I
would
want to
have
just
their
like
throats.
slap my forehead hearing this stuff.
Yep, both of those hit. I went ahead and took off the 10 damage. Dinnigan's
Alright.
going to attempt to punch you again. That is a natural 1, so you may take a punch.
Heck yeah.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
5.
And the next one was a 10, so he missed both, so he took another 5. Your turn.
All right. 17 to hit.
Definitely.
And that's a 10.
All right, so only one of those hit, but that is okay. Sir Dinnigan is bloodied.
Damn.
He starts bleeding from the corner of his mouth, and he wipes it. And nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And he charges at you and attempts to tackle you with a grapple. How do I have +8 and keep failing this? 14.
21.
Oh my god. Your turn.
You're putting up a pretty good fight. Give you that. 18 to hit.
Yeah, of course. And
And-
25 to hit. Yeah.
19.
So 10 more. He is getting desperate, so now he is just going to start throwing haymakers.
Uh-oh.
Okay, first one is 22. Second one is a 19. So you take 12 bludgeoning,
Okay.
and it's your turn.
All right. 18 to hit.
See, it says 25 on my screen. I feel like you're under.
I'm sorry. 25 was 25. I'm sorry. I was looking at the other one. Can I use the inspiration to reroll that?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it. I just roll a d20, or how do I do
Yeah,
it?
you just re-roll the roll. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Now
Even
one.
worse. So he swings out at you as you actually question your punch halfway there, and it's another 22 to hit. So 6 more bludgeoning damage, and he takes advantage of that opening and pops you again. And now it is his turn. That's a 10 to hit. And
That misses.
a 20. So 6 more, and your turn.
He's KO'd.
Valiant is?
Yeah, he's KO'd.
Oh, that was so
No.
close. He only had 10 hit points left. You would have
Oh,
got him
no.
next round to do. It's a close fight between these two, but in the end, Sir Dinnigan gets a lucky punch in, and Sir Valiant's knees just fail him, and he goes down.
Celestia throws her hands up. Merde.
Yeah, that was. I'm broke, hey guys, I'm broke. If taxes come around and we don't get money, I'm in trouble.
And Sir Dinnigan reaches his hand down to help you up, Valiant.
What a guy.
He'll slap his hand away.
Mm.
No need to be a sore loser, Sir Valiant. The better man did win.
Mm.
And he tries to hide the fact that he is in a lot of fucking pain as he walks away.
Don't worry. I will avenge your sisters one day. Not too worried.
The goblins
was
killed my
amazing,
sister,
Sir Val.
not me. And Sir Dinnigan, and then you can go ahead and heal up as first aid is administered. And while that fight
Rex
is
would
happening,
probably aid you with that.
and while that is happening, we're gonna fly down to Lady Mara's house. Razumel alone, you follow the directions, and you find the lonely cottage near the outskirts of town. It's a quaint little place. It's got a little garden out front. There's various drying herb bags hanging out around. There's wind chimes and lanterns about. It's kind of whimsical looking place on the outside.
Okay. Go ahead inside.
You gonna knock on the door? It's a house,
Oh, yeah.
not like a shop.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a shop.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'll knock.
And the moment your hand touches the door for the first knock, it begins to open as if she was waiting for you. And there is this little she appears to be human elderly lady, maybe in mid 80s, and she's got her hair in what my grandmother would have called a babushka, which is like a scarf around the top of her head.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looks like the most cheerful old lady. She smiles at you toothlessly in that way that, you know, toothless ladies' smiles just seems to sink into their face and get even wider. And, we have visitors. Visitors, yes. What brings you to Lady Mara's? Will it be potions, ointments? Lotions or pills?
Let's go with potions.
Oh, okay, yes, come on. And she ushers you inside. And this place looks kind of dark in here. There's a few candles lit around. At the end there of the room, there is what appears to be like a table. And there's like a sheet draped over it. And there's something bulging in the middle of the table. And it smells of medicinal herbs very heavy in here. Incense. Some of the shadows just seem a bit too long, and you get a bit of an uneasy feeling being in here, even though the place looks like it should feel warm and inviting. There's just something off. Yes, what can we get for you? And I will tell you, Razumel, this is a legitimate potion business. Any potion available on
the
on
Sam's list
Sanes,
or whatever, or
you
Sam's
can
list.
buy from Lady Mara.
Okay. I don't have that much gold anymore.
We'll make a note of that.
Yeah. Let me look. I think I remember what I want.
The travelers moving through town have been less and less here as of late. This awful weather. But I am glad to have a customer.
Speaking of travelers, I've heard a lot about this town since we've been here. Seems you guys have quite the problem right now.
Dreadful business indeed. Bad omens.
Indeed. Do you know what all is going on in the town? Do you have children of your own, perhaps?
Oh, my children have long grown and left. Some have passed, but such is life in this
Yeah.
cycle of nature.
Blown out of the nest, as they say.
Yes, yes. And had many children of their own, and some of theirs have had children. It's hard to keep track sometimes, but they come to visit from time to time. But old Lady Mara, she has her lotions and potions and her cats.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Hate to be alone.
You have a look about you.
Do I? In what way?
Have you made any deals recently? I am a
I
sucker for deals.
I made a deal with the priest or the father here at your local church to help him out. But
I think that you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're being evasive. I love it.
it's not so much evasive, but it's just surprising that you know of that, I guess.
Been around for quite a while. Got an eye for things like this.
Most impressive.
Yes, potions. Potion of speeds. I've got potion of heroism. Healing potions. Gyodum's ointment might suit ya.
How about how about 2 potions of healing? I'm a little light until we finish this job that we're on right now.
Of course, I have them by the crate. And she literally pulls out a crate and pulls out vials of the red liquid.
Okay. Rasmul wants to see, and I don't know how I can do this, or even I'm assuming I probably can't, but as his time with Yaga and his training and his like primeval sense, he wants to see if the night they met that other hag, if he gets the same. I don't know if he can try to sense the same feeling or if he would get the same feeling or not. I don't know how that would work.
This lady's creepy, if that's what you're asking. You definitely ring it on the creep meter.
Okay. All right. So do you know what? Have you seen anything suspicious going on recently in town? I mean, you obviously know about all the children that's gone missing, have you?
Oh, I've seen a lot. I hear things.
Like what, if you don't mind me asking? We're trying to figure out what's going on with it.
Yes, and as you pay for your potions, she nods and she says, I know some information, but a little old lady like me must make a living. Care to strike a deal?
In what way? I mean, I could pay you. My companions could pay you in gold for the information if that's the kind of deal you're thinking of.
Gold it's so orthodox. Maybe we could strike a deal outside of the box.
Well, with all the
Do
respect
an
I
insight
can,
check. Normally I don't shout this at people, but jeez.
well, I know what's going on. Damn it, that was a 20. 9.
Creepy old lady vibes. She kind of eyeballs at the table covered in the cloth.
I will, with the most respect, have to decline. I don't think the one I made a deal with before would be very appreciative if I were to make a deal with another.
Navir is quite the jealous one.
His eyes will probably get a little bit big. Just the fact that this is a conversation I'm having.
I told you I have an eye for these things.
It is most impressive, like I said before. It is.
I think you'll find the answers you seek. To get information from me, it comes at a cost.
I understand. Well, I thank you for the potions, and I thank you for your time. And it is nice to meet someone that knows about the things I do, I guess.
Lady Mara knows an awful lot. Thank you for coming, young Razumel.
His eyes will get big again because I don't think he's introduced himself.
He didn't.
So he'll bow as best he can, or how he would show respect, I guess.
And as you
And
exit, you go to reach to close the door. She hasn't moved towards the door, and the door shuts behind you.
All right. Nice lady. I'll leave. Okay, well that didn't work.
And you make your way back to the tavern with your new potions. And everybody has healed up from the fight. The fanfare has died down. Dennigan is kind of carrying himself with a little bit of a confident strut around the balcony.
Oh, great.
All right. Well, we should ask around a little bit more. Don't
I mean,
you
we
think?
could go to the field. We could definitely ask around here, but
Yeah, you
let's
guys
just go to the
go
strong
ahead. You guys get dinner and all that, and you are about to make your way out into the field as night falls. As night falls in the city of Abilos, the fog gathers thickly. It is, you almost feel like you're breathing in the moisture with how thick the fog outside the windows is getting. And you notice that a lot of the patrons, as the sun begins to set, make their way for their houses. And it's very odd to be in a tavern this late and for it to be so empty. There is tension and a heaviness here as we move on to Stars and Wishes. And I'll see you guys next week. Awesome.
That's a fiendish laugh.
I know.
Fiendish laugh.
This is actually, we're about to get into like one of my favorite encounters this campaign. So this
About to
week,
go down.
Stars and Wishes, we will start with Patrick.
Well, I did love the RP. To start off with, like from everyone. I know this session was very big on RP, and I think everyone did very well. Stars. I'd have to give it to Deoris. With I like the idea of his armor being fully studded with like electricity flowing through it. That's pretty dope. Very well thought out. So yeah,
Thanks, bro.
good job
Thank
on
you.
that, man.
Nice, awesome. Jory, why don't you go ahead and go?
You know, I mean, again, like he was right. The RP was great this session. You know, especially with no combat. I think as a player, I'm usually more combat heavy or more combat inclined, rather. And this is very fun. I feel like the session went by so quickly. It's like Stars, Valiant. Like I feel like you were so close to getting.
It was close.
It's been coming since session 1, dude. I just wanted to see Danny get knocked out, and you still have the chance later on. Like we could just come back even. I hate this guy so much, dude. I know Deoris has no reason to, but like, this guy sucks.
Meanwhile, Kyle is like, I love this guy.
No, yeah, absolutely, and it makes sense. No, he's ripped, he's rich, like he's handsome, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, that's who I would MVP is Valiant for putting that out there. 2 nat 1s is so unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
You would have beat him if it wasn't for the nat ones, yeah.
Man.
Because he's level 8, I take those turns trying to grapple. That way.
Oh yeah, I
otherwise,
figured. Yeah, I knew that. I appreciate it.
I will say that you're not the only one. Did again kick the shit out of Manic at the Saturday tables in the fight club.
Oh
Because
man.
Manic is just like you. He is like, you killed your sisters and I'm never forgiving you, no matter how cool you've become at this point in the campaign. It's like, yeah. So he got into the fist fight and even Manic lost. But I did cripple Manic in that I told him he could not rage because he's a wild magic barbarian, and therefore that would be using magic.
Oh, so if he was a regular one, he would have been able to?
Yep.
Ah, that sucks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, John.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, I thought I really liked the RP. It was very low key, just conversational. No one trying to like have some like epic. It doesn't always have to be like epic RP all the time. So I just like that it was like conversational, especially since Galestra's just sort of still getting to know the people in the group. I really liked the various voice acting choices our dungeon master made for the town, the townsfolk, the cobbler, and the general store. I like the general store guy's southern accent especially. I thought that was great. I think I liked getting to make drow culture references about they're like these people like don't just kill each other at the end. That's so
Yeah, exactly.
that was fun. It's like, I think I have a chance for some ongoing funny or fun observations with that little tie-in, and I think I'll give the nod to Razamol for having the courage to go to the hag's place all alone. Ballsy.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, fucking green hag at that. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, it was a great. I love RP. I'm very much a RP and action oriented. But I'm a theater kid, so I love role playing. I love John said, like the conversational role play is really fun. I like that. Just like being in character and talking in conversation with everyone. I think that's really fun. Don't really have any wishes. This is just a really good game. A good session. My VIP vote will have to go to Serval for jumping in the ring and throwing in a few punches, but yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a great session.
Nice. Razamol. Insane in the membrane. What you got for us?
Yeah. Good session. Thanks for running again, by the way. I don't know. The whole interaction with the priest was cool. Something I didn't think that was gonna happen. Like I knew it was gonna be difficult just in general trying to talk to somebody about telling them about another god, but I also wasn't.
You probably should pick somebody who worships a different god for your first convert.
Yeah. I also wasn't expecting like the tiny little, like as you called it before, bleed about the fact that he was dissing my god. I'm like, okay, let's not do that. Fucking rude. No, I was kidding. But that was interesting. So it's gonna be very interesting going forward with that. I'm gonna have to play with that more. My character is now is supposed to be very charismatic, so I'm gonna have to come up and think of that about how to do that more, but I'm assuming the gold helps a lot, and if we actually save these children, that will probably help a lot too. So, but yeah, that's the whole reason.
Those adventurers before did they run off with the money?
Yeah, I think we're gonna find that out too. But that's the whole reason Razamol left is like this is a waste of time. We need to be figuring out what's going on with these kids.
We were supposed to waste time.
I know, but that's not what my character would do.
So. I really wanted you guys to have Boculus for that. I was trying. So when you guys were like, let's go to the farmhouse, I was like, shit, no. You guys are supposed to.
Yeah, no, when you were talking about that, he's like huge heels. Like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was
absolutely says
I
it.
was like at first I was like, oh yeah, they're biting on this red herring of the hag. Like, yes, this is working. The red herring of the hag is working. They're gonna think this.
Communism was just a red herring.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh,
And
I love that movie so much.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, so my French, it's very much Yvette. So
Yes!
Lester is got a definite.
No.
What's the dagger will go further into her back.
Oh, that is one of the best movies. I want
But
to see it
I'm
on the
frightened
stage
of
so
the dark.
bad.
Who will go? Yeah, I can quote all the clue. the
I
whole
love that movie. Scarlett is like my inner like. I love Scarlett. She's so fucking funny in that movie. And
Everyone's great.
Peacock. Oh god,
I
yes, that
hated
movie
her
is.
so much. Flames. Don't get started.
Flames on the side of my face. Yes, I love that movie so much. I'm so glad I'm not weird. Not
did
the
you
only one
do an
that's weird.
MVP vote, Raz?
Survived.
Okay, Val, go ahead and take your inspiration back that you used. You got that back.
Appreciate it, guys.
I will say stars for me. Yes, the role play tonight was fantastic, and just I love the little flavor things that you guys are coming out. Like Galestra, the way you described that mage armor was amazing. You guys are growing into your characters. If you go back and watch the first episode, pulling role play out of Patrick was like trying to pull teeth. It was really hard, and he's fallen into it now, and I enjoy that.
Yes.
Making people see that D&D isn't just about see monster, hit monster, and telling the story. That's my favorite stuff. Wish is Kyle's friend Micah. When they came here, made a deal with the hag, and I did the warlock flip on Micah. And now Micah is a warlock with the patron of a green hag. And because he sold his soul for information on like his character's love, like information on where they were in the world. And the hag told him, and then immediately attempted to modify memory as he was leaving so that he would forget. But he saved on the wisdom saving throw, so he remembered. But yeah, she was like, yeah, I'll tell you where she is, and then immediately make you forget. But he saved on the wisdom saving throw, so he remembers.
That would have been so bad for him.
Yep.
Yes, that would have been horrible.
Exactly. So I wish somebody would have made a deal with the hag, because that's always fun. Leland almost did it to restore the monarchy. If Leland would have asked to restore the monarchy, she would have made the bodies of like a bunch of dead kings skeletal appear.
Oh
and
my
been
god.
like, there's your monarchy.
That would have been so great.
Yeah, that'd have been crazy.
But Leland, he backed out last second because I said there's a flash of lightning and you see the hag's true face. And he was like, you know what? Nope, never mind.
On second thought? Absolutely.
But what's funny is like immediately after that scene, everybody went to bed. And Micah was like, I go to the hag's house while everybody was asleep. And
Oh,
he
God.
made the deal in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's good.
It really
In
was.
dark dealings with hags in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just old lady Mara.
She was a nice old lady.
And with that, thank you to Abraham Lincoln for the follow. I appreciate that. With that, I'm going to sign off. But as always, guys, I'm going to stick around in the Discord for a little bit if any talk. So thanks everybody for coming out. Say goodnight to the stream.
Good night, stream.
Bon nuit.